The East London Transnet Port Terminal is loading about 30,000 metric tons of manganese that are destined for India. They're saying that they have the capacity to load about 40,000 metric tons of manganese, and this is the first time that they are loading and exporting or shipping this amount of manganese. And now we're joined by the CEO of Transnet Port Terminal in East London. Dada, thank you very much for your time. Really, can you please just explain to us, and maybe a viewer that doesn't know exactly what we're talking about here, what is happening?
Good morning, and good morning to the viewers. We are today launching a new corridor of exporting manganese. As some of the people might know, we've been exporting manganese primarily through PE in our bulk terminal as well as Saldanha. Today we are launching this new corridor in collaboration with the TFR, who have made it possible to rail the manganese from for a distance of about 1,000 kilometers. If you look behind us, these are the skip containers that are used on the rail to bring the manganese here. The first vessel that will be loading today will be taking 30,000 metric tons of manganese. It will load from here and then top up in PE, another 30,000 before it sails to India.
And we know how Transnet has been doing in terms of the finances, that things have not been looking good. And for the East London region or the Eastern Cape region, what could you say we're expecting to see from a financial point of view with this loading and exporting of manganese?
So TPT and Transnet has always continued to contribute to the growth of the East London economy. If you recall, last year we started exporting maize in our grain elevator, and we've done a couple of shipments. So this is complements the journey that we have started in terms of opening up the economy of East London. So we do expect that this one corridor, we will be doing up to 1 million tons per year with this route, working obviously together with the TFR and CP, who has been collaborating with us as the first customer to basically export to East London.
And when we're looking at the future of exports in East London, in the East London port, what are things looking like? What are the margins? How much are we expecting to maybe see exports as the year goes?
There are major developments for East London. As you know, as Transnet, our sister OD TNPA is looking at deepening the river channel, so that will be assisting in terms of the export of the auto as well, so it improves that. I've already spoken about the grain elevator where we're exporting grain. Now this is then opening a new corridor in terms of the manganese exports. So the future looks bright. We will continue growing the volumes, but not only for TPT but TFR as well as TNPA.
And we understand that there's been quite a lot of controversy regarding the CEO of Transnet, the group CEO of Transnet, and her resignation that has recently come. Has this affected Transnet in East London or in the Eastern Cape in any way?
No, not really. As you can see, she has joined us today. So we continue to do the business and we continue to deliver for the industry. And I think the expectation is nothing less of us. So she's still with us until the end of the month, and she's still pushing for us to complete most of the projects that we have started, and very supportive in that regard.
Yeah. And lastly, we understand that Transnet accounts for about 40% of manganese that is being produced, manganese reserves in South Africa. Are there any plans maybe here in the East London or Eastern Cape region to maybe maximize on the reserves that East London has, and especially ones that it accounts for?
No, so there are plans in terms of building the new NMET terminal that will be built in PE. That will also be exporting manganese. The terminal will be capable of exporting up to 16 million tons per annum. We are at advanced stage in terms of the evaluation. of the bidders for the people that will be constructing that. So there are plans to ensure that we continue to support the industry in terms of the exports.
All right, thank you very much. That's the CEO of Transnet Port Terminal in the East London region. They are exporting for the first time about 30,000 metric tons of manganese to India, and they are saying that they are expecting to make about 1 million rands from this particular export, and they're saying that they're still going to maximize their standing as Transnet in the country, and also maximize their capacity to export more manganese as time goes. And now it's back to you in studio.